So the networking training is going to cover lots of different things. This is all your basics. This is all the skills. It's your mindset, it's your dreams and goals. It's the business itself. It's why people join. It's prospecting. It's products. It's communication skills. It's mindset. And it's building the business way past manager. Now, there's something in this for everybody. If you're just happy retailing, that's great. And we have 4CC clinics for that as well. And the idea behind this training is that will help you to build a solid foundation for your business. So even if you're retailing, doing 4 CCs a month, so you know you're earning £280 a month, and then getting that second income stream with just finding a couple of people who also love the product and want to do 4 case credits a month, and that's your supervisor business. So this evening, as I said, we've got some great speakers. I just wanted to welcome our new people. So we've got Caitlin Madison, who's joined the business, Lisa Hunter, Teresa Naden, Rushin Cassidy, Leanne Emmett, and Amanda Rooney. So welcome to the team. It's great to have you on board. We've also got some 4CC achievers in February so far, which is very exciting. So we've got Lynn Mullen, we've got Rushin Cassidy, and Jessica Rose Hall. So well done, you guys. And they all receive How to Win the Inner Game with Multi-Level Marketing by Dave O'Connor, which is great. And then we also have some more achievers. Whoops. Okay, now this is the fun bit because I haven't got my mouse here. Which is Lynn Mullen and Rushin. Oh goodness, Rushin, I do apologise. I put the wrong name on there. You're going to hate me. No, I'm supposed to say Rochella. I do apologise. It's because you're both from Ireland and you both begin with an R. Rushin, I do apologise. That's your welcome. Rochella, I'm so sorry. That's supposed to have your name there. It's been a long day. I do apologise. So massive, massive congratulations. And I don't know if you know, but some of you don't know. When you achieve 10 CCs, you've got the choice of a C9, a Sonia kit, or a Fleur de Gelance. So I look forward to getting the orders in from Rushin and Lynn. Rochella and Lynn. Goodness gracious, I do apologise. So without further ado, we're going to get stuck into the first part of our training. And we've got the lovely Sally Pike, who I will let you tell her a little bit about her background and why she got started in business. She's an assistant boot supervisor. She's a mum of 1.5 because she's expecting her second baby. And they're just about to go on baby moon on Tuesday to Dubai, which will be lovely. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Sally.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, I'm Sally. I'll just give you a little bit of background about me if you haven't heard before. I joined the business at the end of October. Gosh, I can't even remember what I was going to say. Yes, and I, my mind's gone completely blank. Yes, I'm a mum of 1.5, as Claire said, and I wanted to basically be able to give my children, you know, the life that everybody wants for their kids, to be able to join every club that they want to join, and you know, basically we love to travel as we're going on holiday soon, and love to travel the world and things like that. So just the extra income of forever and like you know, was really appealing to me and to my husband. So yeah, so that's why we started, and yeah, so I'm going to run through the product group tonight. So next slide, if possible. Okay, so for anybody that's new and hasn't got a product group, so it's basically just a group on Facebook that you make, and it is obviously for posting about the products. So we normally do this you do it as a secret product group, and it's obviously designed to reach new customers and look after your existing customers. So it's about connecting with people. It's about connecting with your customers and new people, and it doesn't just have to be you posting on there. Encourage people to post on there, ask you questions. You know, you can have, you know, big conversations about it. And that is the point in in the product group, not just to put products on and no one to really look at it or interact with it. So it's also about going the extra mile, so as I say, interacting. So you need to, when you do this, it's about being consistent. It's about posting every single day. I definitely can see a difference in my product group when I do post every day, and the days or the weeks that I tend to forget to post every single day, and it makes a massive difference. And it's about developing your customer loyalty and your customer care, because if people know that you are thinking about them when you talk about specific products, you could tag some of your customers in some of your posts, and just say, I thought of you, if you'd be interested in this or anything like that, and I think that means a lot to people. It's not just about posting pictures and hoping people will go, oh yeah, I want to try that, so it's really about being consistent, posting every single day, and getting a good chat between other customers and yourself. Okay, so the Facebook product group, who is it for? It's for friends, family, potential customers and existing customers, as I say. So you can have some friends, someone that might be getting married or something, and obviously if you're posting about, have you thought about the C9, obviously you're not trying to call them, fat or anything, not that they need to lose any weight, but you can obviously tag them in about the C9 and just say, I'm thinking about you before wedding and things like that. And it's about to raise awareness, of some of the products. There's so many products in our collection that lots of people just don't know about. So that's really good, and it's good for you guys to also learn about some of the products. I mean, some of the products I don't even know everything about them, so actually posting about them and finding some information is another good way for you and for everyone to learn as well. So you build your loyalty and extend your reach, because obviously it's not just people that you can get round your house or anything like that. It's literally that everyone on Facebook or everyone that you obviously invite. And also you can post exclusive offers. Now basically, because this is a secret group, it's fine to post offers. So for example, I know that I did 30 days run up to Christmas, and I posted something every single day with a offer on it basically. But I would say obviously it's fine to post in this group because it's secret, but don't post it on your page or anything like that. But as this is secret, it's absolutely fine. Okay, so how to set it up. So most people know exactly how to set up a group on Facebook, but if you don't, you just look down to where it says groups, go to create a group, choose any name that you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be aloe related. Lots of people can just put, something about healthy living, or I think I've done a ridiculous one, which is because my name's Sally and some people call me Sallow, so I put Sallow Aloe. So yeah, so you can choose whatever name you like, and yes, also make sure when it says in the privacy, make sure you have it as a secret group. Okay, so how to set it up. So after you've created your group and made it secret, obviously you need to upload a cover photo. So you can go to canva.com, or you can even just Google and go to images and things like that, or and get a good picture or whatever. And then add the description. So just something about healthy lifestyle, amazing aloe products. You can even put a bit about the business. We did a 2.9 billion turnover throughout the world. And yeah, so just mentioning a few of the key points. And then add members. So for new people especially, when you add members, you could even just write them a little message and just say, I'm setting up a new product group, and so that basically so they know what it's about, and that way, you know, they can be encouraged to write on the group, and you know, you can tell them that please feel free to write on it, ask me any questions on it, and you can, you know, add whoever you like, and if they decide that they don't want to be on the group, then they can take themselves off the group. Okay, so yeah, and then basically just start posting. How to add and who to add. So I would ask all of my customers if they would like to join my customer group. So like I said, you can add them, and if they don't want to be on there, then they can take themselves off. And as I say, for new guys, always when you add a new person, you know, write them a little message. Hi, I just started a new business, set up a product group for my friends and family. Is it okay that I add you? And then add them as you would to any group or pages that you have. And also remember, guests from your launches, people you met at table talks, prospects who, you know, that will say, not now. Okay, so here are some ideas of what to post if you're kind of thinking, what the heck do I post apart from a bottle of the propolis cream? So you can see some people have written like a testimonial. Some people, and Claire's done a video down at the bottom. So you like do make little videos. You got a testimonial top right about the deodorant that's changed someone's life. You know, all of that is really good, because then people want to try it. And then obviously you've got pictures of before and after when people have used the propolis cream, and someone else also used the aloe blossom tea. So a couple more ideas. Lucy's written about you can just post like a really short description of one of the products and put it on there, and then she also says, oh, Lucy's also done a challenge about the person who is closest to how many plants they think Forever owns. So just that's a way to get people to be really interactive, and then you can give them a little prize and things like that. So it's almost like an online launch, but you do it every single day kind of thing. So you can do that. You can do testimonials, videos. It's all about going the extra mile. So it's not just about blogging. It's not just about putting a product on there and hoping people see it. You can, as I said before, message your customers if there's something you've posted that they think that they might benefit from or they might be interested in. So customer care is key. So they will see from that you have been thinking about them, and I think that's really important, because people will always go back to someone who are thinking, you know, from their point of view. If customers get great results, ask them if they wouldn't mind writing a testimonial. So if people are going on the C9 or anything like that, get them to write, you know, how much weight they've lost or how great they feel. Well, for any of the products basically, but C9 is a good one. Anyone who's done handwritten letters to customers, or well done for C9 customers. And if anyone's, you know, you're thinking about anyone and they're interested in any products, post some sachets to them if they're not local, and just basically get creative. So you can obviously video, do lifestyle posts, do pictures. I even saw someone the other day that they had a couple of their aloe drinking gels, and they were hiding under the table, and they had Rihanna's work song coming on, and they were using the aloe bottles to like do a dance to it or something. So it's just a little entertaining things like that. and then also Claire adds you to adds her team to her group. So have a look at hers for any inspiration or anyone else's, and feel free to obviously use those photos or anything like that. So you can get inspiration or anything like that.
Brilliant.
Okay,
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Sally. That was fantastic. Well done. Thank you very much. And that just gives you a really good idea. We have got, you know, my group's called Forever Health and Nutrition. And the key with a product group is you've got to be consistent. There's no point setting up a product group and putting a post on there once a week, once a fortnight, then wonder why no one gets in touch with you. It's got to be consistent, and consistency builds belief and trust. When you're posting on your group every day, don't expect miracles where people are going to start messaging you left, right and centre saying, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Give it time. Be consistent. Give it time. Remember, in this business, there's always a gap between activity and results. That goes across the board with everything. So don't give up because no one's ordered anything yet. It could take a month. It could take 6 months. And then you'll start to get this trickle. Just get into a habit of posting every day. So we're going to talk about another side of the another retail business. And this picture is of Helen with Les Wyndon and Mia. Mia we're going to hear from later. Now, Helen, she's an assistant supervisor, mum of 3. She's a part-time school assistant as well. I think that's right, Helen. And Helen's going to take you through pup packs, which are trial packs. So, Helen, without further ado, I shall hand over to you.
Thank you, Claire. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, like Claire said, my name's Helen. I joined the business back in July. I'm actually a mum of 4. Sorry. That's okay. And the reason why I joined Forever is because my oldest son is 20 and my youngest is 1. And with my 2 oldest, I worked full time. I went back to work when my 2 oldest children were both 3 months old. And I paid every penny of my wages to a childminder. And when I had my 2 youngest, I just wasn't prepared to do that anymore. So I luckily found Forever, and I joined, and I love it. I absolutely love what I do. So anyway, we're going to talk about pup packs. And pup packs stand for personal use product packs. In these packs, you just basically put a selection of our best-selling products, so products that you get in your business box. So if you're just starting, you don't have to go out and you don't have to order loads and loads and loads of products, because your products you've already got. When I first started, I used my own products in my box, and you just put a nice box together, and you just offer them for people to try. You always put like the full size bottles in so people can see the size of the products. It's a great business builder. You can build a good customer base from it, and also people quite often ask about the opportunity behind it. How to get people interested in your pups. When you're doing your things, like when you're doing your events, your tabletops, your launches, you ask people to fill in the free prize draw forms, and there's a little section on there where people can circle whether they'd be interested in having one of your sample boxes for 3 days. Another one is the Dear Neighbour letter, which you can print that off on one of the files. I think it's on the Starfish files. And it's basically just a short paragraph about yourself, and then offering people your basket of things, a pamper basket, that they could try for a few days in the comfort of their own home, free of charge, and all you're asking for really is for some feedback. You get referrals that's a good way of getting some pups out. Existing customers, all my existing customers, whether they are gel drinkers or propolis cream, I've offered them my pup pack. And then social media, and you can see on the slide there that Claire has posted a clip there. Try before you buy. If you're local to me, I have a pamper basket you can trial for 3 days in the comfort of your own home, free of charge, no obligation to buy. And then a little picture. I mean, that's a great way of advertising your pup pack on your product page. And that was really successful for me. We have the next slide, please, Claire. Schedule about 2 to 3 pups per week. I tend to, because I work in a school, I have a pup in school all the time. I just replenish it. It's in the staff room. People can take it as and when they want to. And then I've also got 2 or 3 other pups that are on go as well. When I take my pups to people, I always take a sample of the drinking gel. So I've got a spare bottle which I've washed out, and I take a little sample just for people to have a little shot of the drinking gel when I take a pup to drop off. Always arrange a date and a time to drop off and collect, and always stick to that time and that date. Unless somebody, obviously, I've had people that will message me and say, can I keep it an extra day? And that's fine, as long as you haven't got it booked out with other people, that's fine. And talk to your customers, find out a little bit about them, build relationships with them. People like you to be interested in them. And if you're shown an interest in them, if, for instance, if they've got eczema, and you're talking to them and helping them and recommending products, people like that. Highlight the drinking gel benefits. I always, with every product that I sell, I always refer back to our drinking gels. Follow-ups. Ask for the orders when you collect your pup box. But I don't make people feel awkward when I ask for, when I go to collect my pup boxes, because I make it very clear that, you know, that I'm really grateful for their feedback, and if they've got any referrals, if they know anybody that has eczema or dry skin or anything like that, I ask for referrals then. And when you get your pup back, clean it up, fill the bottles up, like your shampoo and conditioner and your hand and face soap, ready for your next drop. And get creative. Like, we've got Mother's Day coming up now, so my pup box will be, I have invested in, it's not expensive, some nice sort of cellophane and a bow or something nice to drop your pups off. They look inviting, then people will, you know, it catches people's eyes. And what's the bottom line? Okay, so a pup wholesale works out about £77.31. So that's 0.5 cc's. So an average spend of £25 per customer equals approximately 107 cc's. So 2 to 4 pup drops per week. That's 8 to 16 per month. 25 to 50 pounds by 8 will equal 200 to 400 pounds retail, and that's 70 to 140 pound profit. So regular pups could give you an additional 1 to 2 cc's per month, and that's 70 to 140 pound profit. With one thing I would say with your pup boxes is, don't be disheartened if you drop them off and you don't get an order. Don't then not send it out for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks because you don't get an order, because that happens. My pups come back sometimes without an order, or maybe just a tooth gel order. Just be consistent, keep it going, because people will talk about them and recommend them, but just be consistent with them, that's all I can say.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you. And again, these things, consistency is really, really key. I can't stress this enough. I'm really feeling away at this weekend. You know what the common thread was? Consistency. And a lot of people drop off the bandwagon because they give up. They don't see results quick enough and they give up. It takes consistency. You know, people have got to trust you and believe you, you know, and put a couple of pups out every week, you know, 2 to 4 a week if you've got a couple of pups that are both going out. The consistency you will start to see building, and you might get 50 quid, 0, 0, 50 quid, 100, 0, 13, 20, 0. You know, that's the way it works. But over an average, you're looking at 25, 30 quid an order. Do yell if you can't hear me properly, because I've got my phone beside me and I'm trying to do my best to make sure you can hear me. So I'm just now going to go back to the prospecting side of the business. Okay, so when we take people around this cycle, you probably all recognise this business cycle unless you haven't had your planning meeting yet. So don't worry if some of this goes over your head. This is our business building cycle. This is how we invite people to look at the business. This is the cycle we take them around. So as we all know, it starts with your why in the middle. It starts with your who you know list. And the second stage is to contact them and show them some information. Now, you have a choice of what you do here. And we often use my YouTube clip, your upline's YouTube clip, your own YouTube clip, because I think they are extremely effective. You can duplicate your time because you can give it to lots of people, and people buy people. People like to see the genuineness in your voice, your body language, and how passionate you are about the business. I think that's really important. But you can't get away from the fact that actually you do have better results face to face with people. And I guess the reason I wanted to put this lot in here is so as not to forget that you do have a choice of doing a one-to-one with someone, which is essentially meeting for a coffee and doing a specific mini presentation, you know, face to face, to show someone the business. And that's what we do. We show them. We don't tell them, we show them. It's not a telling business, it's a showing business. So I'm just going to talk you through how a one-to-one works. So essentially, it's sitting down, as I said before, with a coffee. That page that you can see up there, I'm going to show you how you print this off in a minute and how you can actually do it and how you can download it from Forever Knowledge. It introduces you to the business over a cup of coffee. You take some products with you. You flick through a little part of file, and it's just to show people. And at the end of that, that's when you can say to someone, you know, there's a lot more information to come, but from what I've shown you so far, do you think there could be something here for you or not? So you have got a downloadable version or a live version, okay? So at the top, on Forever Knowledge, you can go into the business pod on Forever Knowledge. You know, there's lots of files and sections. Go into business tools, and it will say presentations. You click on online one-to-one presentation, okay? And you will find this box come up. You simply enter your prospects details. So this is online. So essentially, and I used to do loads of these. I used to do loads of them. The only reason I now do a YouTube clip is because I speak to so many people about the business all the time. I couldn't afford half an hour slots for every single person. I simply ran out of time. But when you're new to the business, this is really great practice for you to understand how the business works and for you to show other people. So when you're doing it online, so say you can't meet for coffee, you give that person a ring and you say, okay, you're obviously organised to do the one-to-one. And when you go into Forever Knowledge, you put in their details and a link comes up. You send that person the link, they click on it, they put their ID number in, they put a number in that Forever's given you, and they see the slides, and you see the slides, and then you just click on the next slide, and then until you click on the next slide, the other person can't, and then they get a little box that comes up saying next. So you can literally do this online, okay? Or you can print off a version, and I've got an A4 size and also an A5 size, which is like half an A4 sheet, and a little binder where you can just flick through. You can stick it in your handbag, you can have it wherever you are. So if you're out contact marketing and you pop it, you know, you're chatting to someone about the business and they've got a spare 20 minutes, You say, well, why don't we go and grab a coffee now? And then you've got the little presenter in your handbag. You can also have it on an iPad. I guess what you need to be careful of if you've got it on your iPad is having it duplicatable. So just remember, when you're showing people this, they need to know that what you're doing, they can do too. So if you're showing them a business presentation on an iPad and they're thinking, oh, bum, I haven't got an iPad, I can't do this business. So I would always say maybe the paper version works a bit better. And you can order that from the Forever Web store. When you're sat having a chat with someone, it's important that you plan properly. Otherwise, you're going to waste an opportunity. And Mia's going to talk about planning shortly. It's a preferred method being face-to-face. And actually, I speak to lots and lots of people, and many of them will say, can we meet? Okay, if I can't meet because they're in Scotland and I'm down south, then we'll meet on Skype. Because I do think that's important. And getting to know people, them getting to know you is also key, because you're going to build a relationship with this person. You're going to help them build their dreams. So they need to trust and like you and build a connection with you. Be prepared, okay? So you're either going to do this online or face-to-face. Dress for business. If you're going to meet someone, dress for business. Now, if I'm going out and I'm meeting a mum who, I don't know, the kids have been left with granny and she's come out to see me, then I wouldn't go suited and booted, but I would go reasonably smart, because this is a business, and what we want to create is an aura where we mean business. You know, this is business. It's important that people know this is a business. It's not a hobby. Choose your environment, so no distractions. Coffee shop, I try and sit in the corner somewhere. I sat somewhere in a coffee shop before, right near the bloody bottle thingy, or where they're throwing everything in. It's like bang, crash, wallop. So try and find somewhere where there's no distractions. Child-free is pretty much essential. If it's a case where a mum says to me, for example, oh, I'll have baby, will that be okay? I tend to say, actually, if you're going to bring the baby, when is it their nap time? Because otherwise you just won't be able to concentrate. I know what it's like. I've got twins. But if they nap really well, then I've got no problem at all, because babies do nap well. Sit on their left, so you can sit beside them and you can show them easily. Have professional looking stationery. Don't have a chewed off Bic pen in your hand. Have a nice pen. And I have to say, I'm super excited because Lucy, when I hit Global Rally, and I achieved Global Rally, bought me a Schwarzkopf crystal pen. And I said to my husband, I really need to get a nice pen. So I use all the Forever ones because I love the way they write. And then what did I get from Lucy? A Schwarzkopf one, which is lovely. And a good quality paper. And remember, this is all about them. It's nothing to do with you. And it's brief, 20 to 30 minutes. You will need to learn how to do a one-to-one, okay? And in the pinned post at the top of Diamonds and Sapphires, there is a video of Diana Page doing a one-to-one. There's a video of Lucy. You'll see it in there. And it's all about what's in it for them. And I guess the key thing you need to learn when you are showing someone the business is that it is about them. So try not to fall back into, oh yeah, because that's what I decided and that's what I thought too. So when they say, you know, it'd be great to work around the kids, I'm looking for something to bring an extra income. Yeah, well, that's what I thought too. It's very easy to fall back into that, but it's not about you. It's about them. And that's the important thing. So how to do a one-to-one? Find out what is important to them. What do they want? All of this is in the presentation, and it's quite self-explanatory. And there is, like I said, live video pods that you can watch of how to do a one-to-one. But basically, in the opening part of the one-to-one, I always say, if time and money were no object, what would your life look like? What would you be doing? What would you have? Get them to really think about their why, okay? Make the conversation, you know, it's conversational and relevant to them, okay? And finish on a question. So from what you've seen so far, and there is more information to come, is there something in, can you see something in here for you or not? And do feel free to say no. I always say do feel free to say no. And if they say, yeah, actually, do you know what, I think there could be, the next step is for the business presentation. And again, we have that recorded. You can do it yourself, or you can take them to a live business presentation. Now, with regards to commitments and things like that, a lot of the time it's very easy to do stuff online. But I was speaking to Leanne and Claire today. They know that they've got a local BP in Ipswich, which is starting up, not Ipswich, can't remember. It's in London. They've got a local BP that's starting up. You will have local BPs to you, and in your Forever magazine that you get every month if you subscribe to Forever Knowledge, or even in your welcome pack, there'll be a Forever magazine. At the back, you will see all the different areas, and it will tell you where your local BPs are. Oh, Watford. Thanks, Claire. I knew you were somewhere kind of Londonish outskirts.
That's all right, I'm here.
Sorry. So in the back of your magazine, all your areas are there, and you can have a look at where your local BP is. And that is brilliant to take guests. It's brilliant because they get to meet other people in the business, and it's brilliant for you. So one thing I would say about your local BP is, even if you don't have a guest, go. It's great training. You get to meet other people. It gives you motivation. You get to learn more about the product because there's a product slot, so you'll hear them talk about the product. It will help cement your knowledge of the business presentation, how it works, our business, how we've grown. The local business presentations are brilliant. Take your new team members, take it as part of their training, their first week's training. Right, let's go along to our business presentation. Okay, so that was a whistle-stop tour with regards to one-to-ones. And as I said, in the pinned post and in the files on Diamonds and Sapphires, you can find the videos of how to do a one-to-one, okay? So now I'm going to hand you over to lovely Mia, who was also at Success Day on Saturday. So Mia, I'll get you to say a couple of words about Success Day. Mia's an assistant supervisor. She's a consistent 4cc achiever. She's a full-time conveyancer. If you don't know what conveyancer is, it's someone that runs around like a bloody idiot at certain times of the month, in fact, all year, helping people move house. It's totally demanding, crazy, crazy busy job. She works ridiculous hours. She's often in very late, yet she's consistently achieving 4CCs. And at the turn of the year, Mia's decided to take her business to the next level. And because of the work she's putting in, she's also a member of our leadership team. And no better person to talk to you about planning is Mia. So Mia, I will hand over to you.
Thanks, Claire. So everyone sort of knows who I am. I am a conveyancer, so I work at a solicitor's firm. I'm also training to be a solicitor, so I fit in my studying around full-time work and forever. And at first, like most people, my first comment to Claire when I spoke to her was I didn't have enough time. When I first started, it was originally just because I wanted to retail and just in the next couple of months. But as Claire said, at the beginning of this year, I want to sort of change things a bit, not work as many hours. And Success Day yesterday really, really showed me how much that can actually happen if you just stay consistent. After I come back from America in September, I didn't plan at all for 3 months, and I literally was not even getting 1 CC some months. So I really did make a change, and planning is, I really do feel it's everything, and the amount of things that people were talking about at Success Day and how they plan out their day just shows that the people that earn the big 6-figure salaries are the ones that do what they say they're going to do when they've written it down, not just, oh, I'll write this down and then forget about it and put it to the side. So yeah, next slide please, Claire. So as I just said, plan. Again, like I said, when I come back from America, I hardly done anything, and it was because I didn't plan. Always do your 7-day planner. I usually do mine on a Saturday or Sunday because I'm off work, so I get to do that then. that really, really helps plan out your week in terms of events, what sort of things you're going to be doing online, and also prospecting. So it really is a good help. And I tend to carry mine around with me for that week. So, so if I'm doing something on my lunch break or something, I remember what it was that I've got planned for that week and where I am in terms of what I'm doing. Sorry, I've completely lost what I was saying. So when you're planning, it's going to make everything go a lot faster, and it's going to make it really all come together. And you're not going to see sort of results every time, but you doing that consistent planning is going to eventually show you results, and then you'll be getting results off better results off the back of that. It won't just be on a whim that someone's seen your post and wants that. It will be because you are consistently working hard. Do your map on the 3rd week of the month, so I'm going to be doing mine either this evening or tomorrow night, just so it's ready, because obviously February is a shorter month, so I'm going to get it done this week. Have that ready so you completely know what you're doing on the 1st of the month, and you've got the complete mindset of what you're going into, what you need to do on week 1 to week 4, and so you know where you stand basically. Next slide, please. Thank you. So back to the 7-day planner. So there's 2 pictures there. There's one that's fairly basic, which might work for you, but then there's one that's obviously completely covered in writing and notes. The more you use it, the better it's going to work. So as I say, that I tend to sort of carry mine with me, so when I've contacted someone, I can tick it off if they wanted to have the YouTube, or cross them off if they didn't want to be contacted. I've got the list of who I've decided I'm going to be ringing that week, and I know exactly where I'm going on a day-to-day basis. Obviously on the one that's more detailed, you can see the highlighted bit that says the daily plan. Make a to-do list, have sort of a range of things that you want to do that day and stick to them, put them in an order, and also put those on your 7-day planners so it's with you as well, so you know what you're doing for that day. As it says there, 3 to 5 goals per day, so set yourself a goal of what you want to do and make sure you stick to it and do that every day, and the consistency will suddenly become sort of natural to you, and it become in your daily habit to do those things for you. Thanks, Claire. So there's a picture of it again, one that's all completely written over, crossed out, where they're going. I can see one slightly further down that says pup and when it's going to be delivered. So you can literally scribble all over it until the end of the week, and you know that you've successfully drained your 7-day plan and you've done everything that you needed to do. So that is successful planning in detail. So there's just a little grid for you. No action is failure, and then action to plan is success. It's evident that is the case. If you don't plan, you're not going to succeed in this business. I really did see that after I come back off holiday, and I vowed not to do that again. I have to plan all the time now. Thank you. So the difference between merely thinking it, planning it, achieving it, and action it. Ooh. So this weekend at Success Day, I find Emma Cooper a massive inspiration just because she has done amazingly. If you don't know her, look her up on Facebook and follow her pages. Not only that, her house is beautiful, which she's achieved through forever, but her and Lisa Prescott, who's also, I believe, her upline and her best friend, they are both in the top 10 for Forever Living business owners in the UK. All they said when they were on stage is action what you're doing. That was the word that I heard most, not just them two as well, but everyone said action, action, do what you're going to say. These are the actions you need to take from the beginning, and it really does speak in volumes that when you've written it down, don't just write it down and not do anything about it. Action it, and you will see results off the back of that. Some people are really busy but not taking the right steps. Again, a lot of people will spend their time and hours planning it but not actually doing anything. Emma Cooper did say on stage, don't be a training junkie. So don't just sit there and write loads and loads of notes and waste your time watching these trainings, but then don't take time to do anything that you've learned from them. Really do plan it and follow your plan and stick to it. It's not there just for the sake of it, it's there to follow, and it really, really does show that works from the people that do it consistently day in, day out. Thank you. So by actioning things, you're moving closer to your goals or further away if you don't action them. Wasting time. I've cut out a lot of telly. I know that Claire hardly watches telly anymore as well. I've cut out a lot of that. And just silly things that I thought I needed to do in my day, I've had to cut out to replace with forever, because I want to make it work. I want a different life for myself, and I want like nice things. I'm trying to buy a house, so if I don't do this, my savings aren't going to be as big. Make every hour of your day count. Do something useful with your time. As I say, don't, you know, there is lots of hours. People that say there isn't enough hours, there are. You just have to structure your day. Even if it's blocking time out in your diary, it really does help. Thank you. Thank you. So what can you do to free up your time, and what can you say no to? I know it kind of feels, I mean, I don't have much of a social life anyway because of my job, but there is I still like to see my friends, I still spend time with them, but I also make time for all the trainings and things like that. I used to do a class on a Monday night. Now, because we've got our leadership training, I've stopped doing my class because I know I can pick it up later on when I've done what I need to achieve. So at the moment, that's more important to me. The leadership training is more important because it will give me the skills that I need to build my business a lot further. So it may seem, for the people that it may seem a difficult choice to be, then it isn't the right business for you if you're looking to build a big business, because the people that want to succeed and really want those things that are on their goal board will say no and sacrifice some things that they, you know, like telly and things like that, to fit in the time to build their business. So then when they have built it, they've got time to spend with their families, and whichever it is that's your motivation, and they've got those things on the goal board. So the sacrifices will be gained at the end of it. And take action on faith and belief in yourself in terms of mindset and things like that. Believe that you can do it and you will succeed. If you take the actions and use the skills that you get given and do your planning daily, weekly and monthly, it really will speak in volumes and you will see results coming through. Thanks, Claire. So so obviously 24 hours in a day, 8 hours sleep, 8 hours work, and 8 hours of stuff. So what do you do? As I say, it's up to you what choices you make, but the people that will make the choices of not necessarily sitting there and watching TV for 2.5 hours or something, and replacing that with doing some work, or maybe thinking, oh, I don't need to do that this evening, I'll sit and do something else, like do my planning for the evening, will see the results in the work. So if you're willing to be strict with yourselves on some things and willing to, short-term sacrifices will give you long-term gains. So, and I really do believe in that. Prospecting is the #1 income. So mark your prospecting time first. Get your diary up, whether it's on your computer or old school diary. I've got 3 calendars. I've got one on my PC, and then I've got a two paper ones actually. Block out your time for when you're going to ring those customers and stick to it the best you can. When you're not prospecting, do, as I say, your planning or your events, or post your things on Facebook or whichever social network, and as it says, be disciplined and just stick to what you're writing down in your plans. Thank you. So that's obviously a screenshot of a plan of blocking out family time, which is over the weekend, and you've there's boys' time and hubby time. There's a lot of time that people wanted to block out in terms of their family, and it's very split with Around Forever as well. So it's not that you're completely working yourself out with Forever and not doing anything that you like in terms of spending time with your children. There is a balance in their diary, and it just shows that they've blocked out their pup drops and things like that, and the toddler groups and things. So there is a wide balance, but by blocking it out in your calendar, you can find the pockets of time to take the action that you need to be able to spend all that time with your family, and eventually, if you want to sack the boss and spend time fully with your children, if that's what's on your goal board. So non-negotiable ones are obviously the school runs or going to work and things like that. Block those out so you can see exactly what time you're spending on doing those. Then highlight in different colours, as it shows on there: family time, your forever, work time. Date nights, there's one obviously with hubby time. If that's what you need to do, then block those out so you know, no, I'm not going to do anything this evening because myself and my husband are spending the evening together. So it does sound structured, but by structuring it, you're taking the action you need to and following a strict sort of rota of how you're going to structure your business and make it grow for you in the quickest way possible. Thanks, Claire. So this is Lucy's calendar, I believe. So on down the side, obviously, there's a key of the time she spends with Forever. As you see, there's a lot of family time. So she's put in the planning and the work right at the beginning, as we all know. And she still works Forever and things like that around her family life. But there is a lot of time that she gets to spend with her children now too. And that was because she planned it, blocked her days out, knows exactly what she's doing in the day, that she has now got that freedom to spend time with the family. So as it literally says, catch up on calls if necessary. She's got that blocked in on the Saturdays and Sundays. She's got everybody in her calendar ready, so she knows. She even got her drive time of when she's going to be driving, so she knows exactly what she's doing that day, and I know full well that she'll be sticking to that plan. Thanks, Claire. I think that's last. Okay. So what do you need to take actions on? Mindset, absolutely. So many people spoke about it on Success Day, and it really it is key. If you're quite negative and things like that, you're going to attract negativity. Spend 10 minutes or so in the morning reading a couple of pages of a book, or listen to an audio or something like that to help get in the right mindset for that day, so you're feeling positive that you're going to do all of your to-do list that day. So spend time with your team, prospecting new calls, doing your follow-up calls, block them all out. Your media posts, as it was said earlier, make sure they're consistent. There's no point posting one week and then the next and thinking why you're not getting results from it. It needs to be consistent. And then obviously your team meetings and your retail as well. Plan out what needs to be done that's suitable for you and the actions you need to take for that month. So the daily habits of success. Every day write down 7 actions and prioritise them 1 to 7. Diana Page does this, and she has done it every day, and sticks to those actions that she that she does. She told us that at the Rolling Snowballs training, and she showed us a couple of her plans, and she sticks to those actions. Plan what fits in your diary, so the time that you've got spare around work and children and your commitments in life, plan your forever around that, so you've got it written down so you know exactly when you're going to have that time to spend on your business. Tick them off as you go along, so like we saw on the 7-day planner, cross them through when you've made that call and they've said no, or tick them when you've sent it. YouTube, tick off when you've done your online launches or whatever, so you know where you are and that you're on track. Focus on the activity. So if you've planned something on your retail plan, do it and get it done. So don't say, oh, I'm not actually going to do that tonight, like an online launch. Make sure you stick to it, and then you will see the results from that. As I say, don't think, just do. Don't be a training junkie or sit there and write out plans and then not do them. Just stick to it, and you will see the results coming from that. Thanks, Claire.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mia. That was great. And do you know what? Planning is so key. When I joined this business, I didn't do a goal board. I didn't plan. I never planned my CCs during the month. I just picked to figure out the sky, and I thought, oh, well, I'll sell a few clean 9s. I'll do this. I'll do that. Yeah, well, I'll bring in 4 CC easy. Do you think I ever did? No. Planning is so important. And at the turn of last year, when my business started to take off, I sat down with my husband and I said, look, this is what's happening. Unless I run with this momentum and start changing and moving things about, I will lose it. So we sat down and worked out a plan between us, and we started having date nights. So we knew that there were certain nights we'd be together, you know, so we actually put this stuff in the diary. And it might sound a bit regimented when you're putting in family time, you're putting in to do this, that, and the other. But at least you know you're going to get quality time, and at least you know that time will happen, rather than work just, you know, something comes up and then that gets missed. It's so important. And then having a list of actions that you do every day. Now, I do a lot of work with Dave O'Connor because it's very important that, I mean, I'm a busy lady. I've got twins, I've got a recruitment business, and I also do Forever. And I managed to do 1,500 CCs last year around all of that. And I have a third child called a husband, of course, like we all do, you know, and a house to run and everything else that happens with that. And I would often sit down at my desk, and people have seen my to-do list. I have a 7-day plan daily, and I swear by plans, I swear by lists. I know who I've got to call, when I've got to call them. I have my recruitment 7-day plan. I have a plan for my recruitment daily. I have a plan for my Forever business daily, and it looks like one of those 7-day plans daily. So I work religiously to it, but I would often sit down and look at it and think, oh my God, and just get through it as quick as I could. What I've learned to do is prioritize my actions. So your 7 action steps are in priority. And if you look at what Diana does, if you look at it, taking those high leveraged actions that you do first, and you don't do anything else until you've done them. And to do one by one, and you purely focus on each action as they happen. So your mindset stuff, first thing in the morning, should be number 1. Read a book, read a few pages of a book, look at your goal board, connect with your goals, connect with your why. That should be the first thing that you do in the morning. Then your second activity would be to do with your team, if you have a team. Recognitions, rewards, you know, catching up, making your team your priority, because by helping other people, by being super excited about what other people achieve, obviously you'll achieve. And then you're looking at all your new prospecting calls. That would be your third priority, or your second if you don't have a team. All your new prospecting calls or your new prospecting activity is right up there after mindset and the team. That's the most important thing if you're looking to build a big business with Forever. Then you're going to do all your follow-up stuff, all your follow-up calls. And follow-up, this business is all in the follow-up. Whether it's retail, whether it's prospecting, it's all in the follow-up. There are many times I speak to people that I'm working with who might have I don't know, sent YouTube clip 10 days ago. They haven't followed up yet. And the follow-up process is my follow-up process is very regimented, it's very methodical, it's habitual. I have habits of what I do, it works. This is an opportunity that you're showing somebody that's brand new. They've probably never thought of it before. So when you excite them with showing them, you need to follow that up quickly. If you don't, you'll just completely lose them and even forget your phone. And then you're going to be looking at doing social media stuff after that. And then it would be your team meetings and then your retail. So it's getting those high leverage activities first. Speak to your upline if you want some help planning what you do daily, because once you've got that plan and you know what activities should happen. So when I look at my 2 plans, one for my recruitment business and one for Forever Every Day, which are covered in who I need to call, who I need to follow up, or my retail activity, what I need to do with the team, my planning meetings and all that kind of stuff, I know that I look at my list and I think, right, my mindset stuff is first. I don't do any work until I've done that. Because if my mindset isn't in the right place, how much longer do you think that work's going to take me? Probably double. And then I'll make sure I do all the team stuff. So I look on my pad, see what team stuff I've got to do. That comes next. And then I'll look at my new prospecting. And I'll make sure I do my at least 5 calls. I usually do 10, probably 20 a day, because that's how I want to build my business. So it just gives you an idea that planning is really, really important. Okay, so I'm now going to hand you over to the wonderful Bronwyn, who we've heard from many times, who's building a fabulous business. She's mum to Harriet. She's an assistant supervisor. She's also membership of the leadership team. She's a project manager from previous career before she had Harriet. And I'll let Bronwyn tell you a little bit more about her for new people on the call. And Bronwyn's going to talk to you about the importance of training. So Bronwyn, I will hand over to you.
Thanks, Claire. Hi, everyone. Just a brief overview for anybody new on the call who I've not spoken to before. As Claire says, I have one little girl called Harriet. She's almost 1.5. Hopefully she's not going to make a noise in the background. She's giving her dad a nightmare tonight because she's not very well. But anyway, that's a whole thing. I apologise in advance, which is not the only one I see. As Claire says, my background is in project management, working mostly in the community, always working with people that were trying to make a change in their life. I did a lot of work in oral health, more recently people that were trying to get back to work. I loved what I did actually. My last job was great. I worked for a great company. I didn't have any reason really to complain. For me, the change really happened after I'd had Harriet. I did go back to work briefly, but we had quite a few problems with childcare, and I found myself having to make those horrible calls saying, really sorry, I'm not going to make it into work today. And I just felt torn. I felt guilty for my colleagues that I was leaving stranded at work, having to cover for me. But equally, I felt that I couldn't go leave my daughter if she wasn't well or something else had happened. So I took a career break, and I didn't know what I was looking for. I just knew I was looking for a way to make things better for us. And so I very fortunately found this opportunity with Forever, and I joined the business at the end of September last year. I haven't really looked back since. I think I'm still learning lots as I go along, but I'm excited, and things are definitely looking a lot better for me than they were a few months ago, which is great. So as Claire said, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the importance of training tonight. And this is one that has really been key for me since I joined the business, for a few reasons really. It's in terms of the retail business, we've got lots of training about that, and the reason I'm going to specifically talk about that, we've had lots about planning it and all that kind of thing, but I can't rate the 4CC clinics enough, because I was one of those people that when I first looked at the opportunities, but Claire said, oh, I'm not a salesperson, I'll never be able to sell anything. Which I'm not, and I still don't view myself as that. But I did need lots of help and encouragement on the words to use to talk to people about the products, and just different ways of getting into talking to people about them. For anybody who doesn't know already, I live in quite a remote area, so there's not a lot of people around me, loads of family around, and I don't have lots of big events or anything that I can really go to, so I have had to kind of work away at building up my retail business. And the 4CC clinics really have helped, because even now, every single time there's another one on, I pick up loads of little gems. So definitely definitely, whether you're new to the business or not, actually, definitely make sure you log on to those 4CC clinics, because you always pick up lots of little tips from the people running them. Obviously, we've got lots of trainings on every single week, and well, you'll know probably from hearing different people speak, we're quite spread out now, the team. We live all over the UK, actually. So I stay up in Scotland, and there's not a huge amount of the team, particularly close to me. I have got some team members nearby now, but there's not loads. So one thing that the training does online every week is it helps you get to know everybody in the team. You listen to people speaking, and you get to hear people's stories, and you realise that you're not on this journey alone. And again, there is so much work that goes into this training behind the scenes, and it's all put in place for a reason. It really does help you along the way, and I absolutely have no doubt that I couldn't be doing what I'm doing now without all the little bits of training that I've picked up from all these different things. And a really big one, so obviously lots of you have been away at the Success weekend this weekend. We had our Success Day up in Scotland last month, and I know the from Ireland have also had theirs already. So I just thought I'd spend a little bit of time talking to you about the Success Day and also the QLS training, which a few of us on the call were very fortunate to attend. Now that was in early January, and the QLS training is run by Jane Leach and John Curtis, which if you haven't heard of them yet, you will before long. It's an amazing 2-day event. I think everybody was absolutely buzzing after it. But there was a few key things that I picked up from being at that training, and I've heard other people say they've picked up similar things from some of the bigger training events. I think the first thing that I learned was that nothing is a coincidence. A bit like what Mia was saying earlier, you hear people like Emma Cooper up on stage talking, and you kind of look at these people, they seem like superstars, and you kind of look at them and think, how on earth have they done what they've done? But it's not a coincidence. It didn't just happen. They have had to take the actions, usually massive action, to get them to where they were. Being at the QLS event and then again at the Success Day really fueled my belief and fueled my determination, because unfortunately, because this is a different way of working, you may find that you face some negativity. I've faced quite a lot of negativity from family and friends, and at the start that really got me down. But what I've discovered is that I just have to learn to filter that out, and the way to top up my positive influences is by making sure I get to these trainings. You come away feeling on top of the world and feeling like you are an absolute superstar and you can do this. But you need to keep going to more trainings to keep that topped up as well. You will find that inevitably you will get light bulb moments at these trainings. So a few of the ones that I've had, and probably a lot of you will have had similar experiences. When you go to the trainings, so before I'd been at any trainings, I had read the incentive brochure, but I hadn't seen all of it really in real life, if you know what I mean. When I got to the trainings and saw the people that have built Sapphire Manager businesses and beyond, it suddenly made me realise that these were normal people, just like me, and they've done it, so it is doable. And even better than that, they're up there sharing their tips, they're sharing their stories and telling you what they've been through and how they've done it, which is fantastic. So it's by going to these trainings that you really learn that you need to aim high with this business. Another one, something that really resonated with me, something that I remind myself of every time I'm about to call a prospect, is something that Jane Leach said. She said, we're not in the business of convincing people, we're inviting people to look at an opportunity, and we're looking for the people who see what we see. And that has really taken the pressure off from me. I used to get so scared when I was about to call somebody, but now I don't feel scared anymore. I just think, well, I've got a great opportunity, I'm going to offer you some information. You can take it or you can leave it. And if you leave it, then you probably weren't the sort of person that I was looking for anyway. So it's a great way to look at it. And one more thing, when you go to these events, it's the calibre of speakers that you get to listen to, both within Forever and from outside of the business. When we went to the QLS training, Brian Main did a talk, which was just amazing. And again, if you haven't heard of Brian Main, you will. But he is the man that does a lot of work around goal mapping, and I can't rate him highly enough. I've subscribed to his website and I use his goal maps a lot, and not only have they helped me with my business in terms of Forever, but they've helped me with everything else as well. They've just been fantastic and fantastic for my mindset. So I would never have heard that. I'd heard of Brian Main, but until I actually sat in that room and heard him speak, it never had the same impact on me. So that is absolutely, I think until you've been, you probably don't understand it, but you'll hear all of us that go to these trainings saying the exact same thing. Just get yourself there, and once you've been at one, you'll never want to miss another one again. In terms of the success day, what's great about the success day is you're seeing people, again, people just like you, and people at all different levels in their business being recognised for what they've achieved. And I find for me that really motivates me, because I'm thinking, well, they've done it and they've done it, and all these other people have done it, so I can definitely do it too. So I find that really motivating. And again, you get to hear lots of different people, lots of different speakers. We had Marcus Leach at our Success Day in Scotland, and he spoke about lots of different things, his journey. A lot of it was around sort of the fact that he is an ambassador for the FIT programs. But one thing that he said, which had never occurred to me at all, was that when he sets a new goal, every single time, he really thinks about the goal and he sort of meditates on it. But he always ties every single goal to a piece of music or to a song, so that every time he hears that song or plays that song, it sets the goal more firmly in his mind. And so that's something that I've done. So I've taken my vision board and I've set it up and I've set a piece of music to each goal, which has made a huge amount of difference to me, because I am a person, music is something that really works for me. So if there's anybody else on the call, obviously having the vision board or your dream book or whatever you've got is absolutely amazing, and I have mine here and I look at it all the time. But if you're a person who music sort of helps you to connect emotionally with things with, I can't recommend doing that enough. Connect your goals to music, so that when you hear that song, and it's happened already, I've been in the car and heard one of the songs come on, and it just made me think, oh yeah, I am definitely going to do that. So it's a great idea. So yeah, there's lots of different trainings available, and I suppose the overall thing to take away from this is, obviously we all have to try and make time for these, but it is so worth it in the long run. So just to sum up some of the benefits, we've got another slide here. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, actually, just very briefly, talking about the QLS training, it's absolutely no coincidence. I went to the QLS training in January. At the start of January, I thought I wanted big things out of this business, but I wasn't taking the massive action that I needed. I came back from the QLS event and decided I was going to take massive action, and it's absolutely not a coincidence that that happened in January and I went supervisor in February. And if you've been watching the Starfish page, the same has happened to Faye and Martha's team. She was at the QLS weekend and it really spurred her on, and she's just hit supervisor today. So definitely get along to the trainings, because they really, really do help. So yeah, here's just some of the reasons that it's really important to get along to these events and trainings. So as we said, it's fuel for you and your own mindset, and fuel for your business. It will really drive you forward. It's a great way to recharge your batteries. If you have faced any negativity or you're struggling with anything, you can really get yourself recharged. It fuels your belief. You're seeing other people do it. You get lots of inspiration. So we've already heard Mia saying Emma Cooper is a big inspiration for her. I would say the same, actually. She's amazing, Emma, but there's lots of other speakers that you'll hear. You will find someone that really resonates with you, someone who you can connect with and identify with. You learn a lot of different things. It's unbelievable, the amount of little gems that you learn as you go along. The next one is really key. You don't know what you don't know. It sounds kind of silly, but it's true. If I was sort of to be asked right now, or if we went around everybody on the call and said, what piece of information do you need to get you to the next promotion? Well, we don't know, do we? Because we'd have gone and found it if we knew. So I think a lot of us know we might need something, but we don't know what it is. The beauty of this business is that you go and hear from people that have been on the same journey as you. So they know. We don't know yet, but they know what we need to know, and they're willing to share that with us. The trainings are a great way to build your skills. It helps you to help your team, and this is really important, because obviously once you have a team that you're working with, you have to look ahead to the fact that obviously tonight we're on this call and Claire's put all of this together and has us all here, but all of this training is helping us for in the future when we've got our own teams and we're running trainings for our teams. All of this is getting us prepared for that. Your confidence is really boosted by going to the trainings. You get to meet like-minded people. So as I said, if you have faced negativity from family or friends or wherever else, this is the place where you're not going to face that. You're with people that get it. Everybody is of the same mindset. You get to feel part of a bigger family, which is lovely. It does feel like a big family actually when you're at these trainings. You get recognition and be that yourself, which is great if you're getting recognised for a promotion yourself. But even just seeing everybody else's recognitions is very motivating and inspiring. You get the opportunity to speak to the leaders. So you'll have heard us mention all these names of people that have built these phenomenal businesses. But you'll see a lot of selfies popping up on the pages of people with various different people that they've met. I saw lots of Wes Linden selfies after the Rolling Stones Day, because why wouldn't you? And that's the thing, you get the opportunity to rub shoulders with people that really are the best in the business. And another one, which is I've found actually has piqued a lot of people's interest, is you have something to post on Facebook. So you can post your selfies with all these different people, pictures of the team, pictures of the training, and that will also pique people's interest. So it's really helpful for your own Facebook page, but also for your business page if you have one. So yeah, that's I think I've made the point. If you can get to any of these trainings, it's absolutely worth the effort that you have to put in to get there. So this kind of links in again to what Mia was talking about. You do have to make sacrifices, and we all have done. I think TV is a big one. I never watch TV anymore at all. Like probably a lot of people on the call, I have a little girl, and I do this so that I can spend more time with her during the day. So when she goes to bed at night or when she's napping, I suppose in the past I maybe would have caught up on something on the telly, but that doesn't even pop into my head anymore. And quite honestly, it's something that I'm very willing to sacrifice. And there might be occasions and events. There's been lots of people that have spoken about missing important birthdays, missing important events with their family. But what you have to remember is we've got a long-term vision with Forever. So if you are trying to build a big business, and I know maybe not everybody is, but if you are, it's a short-term sacrifice, or as it says on the side, short-term pain for long-term gain. So again, social calendar, you might have to miss out on some social events. And something else that Emma Cooper said was exactly in line with this at the QLS training. She said that there were times where she made sacrifices on some of the time that she might have liked with her little boy. But she said, if people say to her, do you regret it? She said, absolutely not, because that child is not going to want for anything. And I think that's the key. It's looking at the bigger vision, looking long term. So what have we got coming up? We've got some amazing events coming up. On the 20th of March, if you don't already know, there is another QLS training where six-figure earners will be coming along and sharing their tips on how they built their business. Now, the tickets for this actually sold out literally within 3 hours of going on sale, but I do know that Claire has got some extra tickets left for new people joining the business. I don't think there's a lot of them, and they will go quickly. So it's first come, first serve. So if you would like to be there, it's at Cheltenham Racecourse on Sunday the 20th of March. And if you'd like to be there, then private message Claire as soon as possible. On Sunday the 8th of May, we've got another Rolling Snowballs Group Day. That's at the Oxford Belfry Hotel. And again, the link will be up for booking tickets on the Diamonds and Sapphires and Starfish page as well for that one. And then every week we have our team trainings. So we've got the 4cc clinic, as I've mentioned. That's every Wednesday night, 8:30 till 9 o'clock. It's just half an hour, and that's on every week, covering lots of different ways to make sure you stay 4cc active. We have this training, which is our networking professional training. That's every Sunday from 8 till 9:30. And then for everybody new in the business, every second Wednesday, so the next one is Wednesday the 2nd of March, we have the Fast Start training, which is again 8 till 9:30, and it really gives you everything you need to know to help you get up and running when you are just new. So you will get told about that by either your sponsor or by Claire, or whoever your mentor is will make sure you know about that, and you can get logged on for that one as well. And just an extra point about the training, if anybody is looking at the criteria for the leadership team and is keen to get involved in the leadership team, one of the things that you do need to be doing is attending these trainings. So attending all the big trainings, making sure you're attending your success day, whichever one is nearest to you. Those are all a must for anybody that would like to get onto the leadership team. So I think that's me done, Claire, am I right? It is, yeah.
It is.
Thank you very much. I'll hand back over to Claire.
Brilliant. Okay. Thanks ever so much. Just going back up. I think there's a bit of delay. Hang on, let me just move my phone to my computer. That's probably a bit better. I can't emphasise enough how important training is. My business, I shied away from training. I never logged on to Sunday nights. I never went to events. And then when I started going, I kind of did it reluctantly. The things you learn at trainings are unbelievable. The inspiration it gives you is unbelievable. And it's not just what you learn from leaders within the business. You meet Bronwyn, you meet people who are Bronwyn, I'll put assistant supervisor. You're a supervisor.
I didn't even notice.
I don't do apologise. My slides are being rubbish, if you like. It's because we've had such a busy weekend. So, you know, you meet other people that are just like you. You can meet people who have got the same challenges that you have. You can meet people who you can talk to about specific things. So what I've started to find now is that I see people doing things that I think, actually, that could work for me. So I go and ask to talk to them. Gemma Easton, Sapphire Manager, I got in touch with her over Facebook, and I was lucky enough that she gave me half an hour of her time. Well, I had my first VIP event Saturday night with Forever, which was great fun. See how much you can drink in an hour and a half, I think was the mission. And Gemma was there, so I got the chance to go and say hello and thank her in person. She's a lot shorter than I thought she'd be. But you can talk to people and ask her advice on certain things. Some of the top leaders build their businesses slightly different ways, but you've got to do what works for you, and you'll find a way that works for you, that you're comfortable with. Some build it on Instagram, some use social media. We heard from loads of people today who don't use social media. They have got no idea how to use Facebook. You know, so there's loads of different ways you can build this business. You've got to find what works for you, but the trainings are essential. And if anyone hasn't got a ticket for the 20th of March and wants to hear from the 4 six-figure earners who have built a business within the space of 18 months to 2 years, and it doesn't mean you have to do it that quickly, but they just do everything that we're taught to do. They just do it consistently. I have got some spare tickets, and they're for new people that are joining business. So if you want one, you're going to have to message me because they'll disappear really quickly. So thanks again, Bronwyn, for that. And moving on. Oh, sorry. So now we have our product of the week, and the lovely Rochella. No, it's her first time on the call. Rochella's from Ireland. I'll let her tell you a little bit about her. But she's an assistant supervisor, mum to 6-year-old twins. She's just smashed 10 cc in her first full month. Rochella did a launch last Friday and retailed £727. That is amazing. She's just done the Clean 9, looked fabulous, was singing about the product. She also works part-time, and she's also a member of the leadership team. So Rochella, I will hand over to you.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, okay. So, my name's Rochella. I live in a wee town in Northern Ireland. I've got 6-year-old twin boys and work part-time in a car dealership. I joined Forever in mid-January because I just wanted a positive change this year. I wanted to earn extra income without having to organise childcare when the boys were out of school, which just costs a fortune. And this opportunity allows me to do that. I also adore the products, and honestly I've always wanted to be my own boss, and also Forever allows me to be my own boss. And my intentions are to be able to sack my regular boss by building a team and being able to do this full time. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yeah, you disappeared just for a couple of seconds then.
Oh, did I? Okay. So will I just move on to the product of the week then?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so the deodorant. Well, I just love this product. So obviously it's a deodorant and it works by killing bacteria responsible for body odour, and we all use deodorant. The aloe vera gel in this formula conditions your underarm skin, which is very delicate, and it reduces irritation and dermatitis, which some of us get from shaving. Probably the most important thing about this is it's aluminium free, and this has been linked to, with frequent exposure to aluminium, may increase your risk of certain cancers, Alzheimer's, kidney failure, or even bone disease. But the reason why I really love this, apart from the reasons above, is it's got a gorgeous scent. It lasts for about 2 to 3 months, and it's really reasonably priced. And it's unisex, so men and women can both use it. It's very moisturising. It's almost gel-like, and it leaves no white marks or doesn't stain your clothes. So that's why it's one of my favourite products.
Brilliant, thank you. See, it wasn't that bad, was it?
No.
Thanks, Lisa. Very grateful, well done, thank you. Okay, guys, so that pretty much brings us towards the end. And I just wanted to sort of close with a couple of things. Don't forget our incentives. 4 CCs, you will win the book or the CD of the month. And this month it's the Inner Game of the Multi-Level Marketing. Okay, How to Win the Inner Game of the Multi-Level Marketer by Dave O'Connor, who's amazing. Okay, there's lots of you that already have that CD or book sent to you. There's a few of you on the cusp of 4 CC. We've got loads of time before the end of the month. And we've also had Rochella got the perfume because she smashed 4 CC well before the 15th. And we also have the 4 CC Club. Now, everybody that does 4 CCs consecutively for January, March and February, and March, gets to come to the party. And it's going to be at my house on the 9th of April. Put that date in your diary. And it's good fun. We have recognitions. We might have a guest speaker. So that'll be good fun. And there's a 10 CC monthly incentive. Okay, so Lynn and Rochella, we will be, you need to put in your order for what you would like. Your C9, you fit one. Your C9, your Sonia or your Fleur. Just send me a message. So we've got a 10 CC monthly incentive. Okay, and book recommendations, 79 network marketing tips if you don't have it already, and making the shift. You can just download that and watch the link actually. Highly recommend those books. If you don't have them, get them. I have 79 network marketing tips and CDs on in the car. I regularly listen to it. The next step, create a product group if you haven't already. If you have, start being consistent. Okay, be creative, just post before you go to bed every night. You'll be amazed at how many people are on Facebook at 10 o'clock at night. Buy a pack or 2 and get them out. Create them. You know, you don't have to get loads of products. You can buy one. You can buy a couple. Get your CCs up. It's going to create. It's an investment for your business. Do your 7-day plan and your daily action list. Write those high leverage activities in order. And as I said earlier, I'd recommend your mindset, your team recognitions, new prospecting calls, follow-up calls, social media, meetings, retail. Okay. Review your volume maps in February. You've got loads of time to the end of the month. If you're not 4 CC active, smash that now and go to 10. Find 5 people to practice your one-to-one on. Okay, and book your tickets for the 20th of March. Message me. I've already had a couple of messages, so that's 2 gone. And the Success Day in June. And we didn't mention that, but tickets for the Success Weekend in June go on sale this week. They will sell out. Book them now. Book your travel. Book your hotel rooms. Book them now. The hotel rooms will be a hell of a lot cheaper. And put the 8th of May in the diary. The link's not live for that yet. And have fun, okay? Great to have you all on the call. Thank you so much. Thank you to our guest speakers. And I look forward to speaking to you all this week and for our training that's happening this week too. Take care. Bye. Bye.